What if I told you that the app you probably checked 3 times just today almost never existed? What if Instagram was supposed to be a gaming app? And what if this failed gaming app accidentally became worth $1 billion in just 2 years? This is the insane story of how a cluttered, confusing mess called Burbn became Instagram, and made its creators instant billionaires through what might be the luckiest mistake in tech history. Before we dive in, if you love stories about billion-dollar accidents and want to see more content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow. Now, let's rewind to 2010. The iPhone was still relatively new, Facebook was just for college kids, and a young Stanford graduate named Kevin Systrom was about to make the most expensive mistake of his life. Kevin Systrom wasn't just a typical Silicon Valley founder. This guy had a degree in management science and engineering from Stanford. But here's the kicker. He taught himself programming at night while working full-time at a startup called Next Stop. Picture this. By day, he's grinding at his regular job. By night, he's hunched over his laptop, learning code, dreaming of building something that would change the world. But Kevin had no idea that his something would accidentally become one of the most addictive apps on the planet. In early 2010, Kevin was obsessed with location-based apps. He thought, what if people could check into places, share photos, make plans, and even play games, all in one super app? Sounds familiar? Well, it should. Because that's basically what every social media app tries to do today. But back then, it was revolutionary and also completely overwhelming. So Kevin starts building this app called Burbn, named after his favorite whiskey, bourbon. Classy, right? But here's where things get crazy. Burbn wasn't just a photo app. Oh no, it was trying to be everything. Location check-ins like Foursquare, photo sharing like Flickr, scheduling and planning tools, gaming elements with points and badges, social networking features. Imagine opening an app and being bombarded with buttons, menus, features, and options everywhere. It was like someone took Facebook, Google Maps, a photo editor, and a gaming app, threw them in a blender, and hoped for the best. Kevin spent months perfecting this digital Swiss Army knife, convinced he was building the future of social media. But there was just one tiny problem. Nobody understood how to use it. The app was slow. It was confusing. Users would download Burbn, open it, see this overwhelming mess of features, and immediately delete it. Kevin was watching his dream die in real time. But then, something interesting started happening in the app analytics. While people were ignoring 90% of Burbn's features, there was one thing they kept using over and over again: the photo sharing feature. Users were completely ignoring the check-ins, the scheduling, the gaming elements. Everything Kevin thought was revolutionary. Instead, they were just taking photos, adding those vintage-style filters, and sharing them with friends. This is where the billion-dollar mistake happens. Most founders would have tried to fix their app by making the other features better. Kevin did the opposite. In what seemed like an act of desperation, he made a decision that would change internet culture forever. He deleted everything except the photos. Think about that for a second. Kevin spent months building this complex, multi-featured app, and then he just threw it all away. He stripped Burbn down to its bare bones. Take photo, add filter, share. That's it. His friends thought he was crazy. Investors were confused. How could an app with just one feature compete with Facebook, Twitter, or any of the established social networks? But Kevin had noticed something nobody else had. People didn't want complexity. They wanted simplicity. They wanted to look good. They wanted those beautiful, vintage filters that made their ordinary photos look extraordinary. So Kevin and his co-founder Mike Krieger rebuilt the app from scratch. They needed a new name for this simplified photo sharing app. They combined Instant Camera with Telegram and got Instagram. The new app was elegantly simple: square photos, vintage filters, and instant sharing. No gaming, no check-ins, no overwhelming menus, just pure photo sharing magic. On October 6, 2010, they launched Instagram on the App Store. Kevin was nervous. Would anyone care about this stripped-down version of his original vision? The answer came faster than Kevin could have imagined. 25,000 users downloaded Instagram on the first day. The servers immediately crashed. Kevin and Mike were frantically trying to keep the app running, while thousands of people were simultaneously discovering the joy of making their photos look professional with just one tap. Within 2 months, 1 million users. Within a year, 10 million users. By 2012, 100 million users. But here's the craziest part. Instagram only had 13 employees when Facebook came knocking with an offer. That would make Kevin's mistake legendary. April 2012. Mark Zuckerberg realized that this simple photo app was becoming a threat to Facebook. Young people were spending more time on Instagram than Facebook. The visual, instant nature of Instagram was exactly what social media was evolving toward. So Zuckerberg made Kevin an offer he couldn't refuse. $1 billion. Let that sink in. Kevin's failed gaming app that he almost gave up on became worth $1 billion in less than 2 years, with just 13 employees. The irony: Mark Zuckerberg himself had initially been skeptical about mobile photo sharing. He thought people wouldn't want to share photos from their phones. That skepticism almost cost Facebook the future of social media. Today, Instagram has over 2 billion active users. It's shaped entire industries, from influencer marketing to food photography. It's changed how we see the world, literally. Think about it. When you take a photo now, you're probably thinking about how it will look on Instagram, the app that was accidentally created from a failed gaming experiment. Now influences how billions of people document their lives. Kevin Systrom's willingness to throw away months of work and embrace what seemed like a simpler idea created one of the most valuable and influential platforms in human history. So the next time you post that perfectly filtered sunset or that aesthetically pleasing latte art, remember, you're using an app that was never supposed to exist. Instagram was born from failure, desperation, and the courage to delete everything except what truly mattered. Sometimes the biggest successes come from the willingness to admit when something isn't working and start over. Kevin Systrom didn't just build an app. He accidentally redefined how the world communicates. If you want to hear that insane story next, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, because these billion-dollar accidents are more common than you think.